He was a Liberian footballer. He played...
Oh yeah, okay. Should have known.
Well, no,
Encyclopedic knowledge of Liberian footballers. Yeah, man, you got what's this? You get no bell chubber on the goddamn thing on you goddamn bed.
Welcome back to the Threeskins Podcast, the best podcast in the universe.
Yes.
100 likes. We have a tip jar down below. We haven't had a donation in like 2 weeks.
Matt's begging. You hear that? He's begging.
I'm not begging.
No. Look
Give
what
me
you've done to
pennies.
this poor man. You've not donated so much that he's now begging. Look how red his face is.
No, it's not because of that.
Won't be long and we'll all become the that belly crawling Scottish bloke. Do you know what I mean?
Man, I love him.
What's his name again?
The Catman
that
of
was-
Greenock.
Yeah.
I fucking love that guy so much. There's something about it, like it's just
The mystique. No one knows who he is.
We should go and search.
yeah.
for
It's
him.
not just a mystique though. It's just bizarre.
It
He's
is
just like
bonkers,
he's just
just
there,
eating
just
rats
eating
and
rats.
It's just the fact that like no one's intervened.
Yeah,
It's just like, oh, that's just
We need
what
to
he
help
does.
him.
Is it just normal in Scotland for people just being over like crawling
Probably.
around eating rats? I don't know.
Probably.
We should track him down and like take him to McDonald's.
Do they
or
not
something.
have like mental health services or homeless help?
is
or
Scotland.
In Scotland!
recovery support workers?
Can't really
I
hear the
don't know.
voice.
Scotland?
That's a good one.
Oh, hi, Danny.
Can you do it? Sorry, I forgot how to swallow earlier and I choked on some milk. I got like milk bubbles in my throat. Sorry. Right, in a previous podcast a long time ago, you did a Mickey take of Frankie Boyle.
Did I?
Yeah, do
I
another
don't
one.
remember that. What, Frankie Boyle?
Yeah.
I haven't watched Frankie Boyle in years. I can't
No,
even
just
remember
think
what
of a horrific joke, but
he said.
do it in his voice.
Mate.
Because the last one was something like,
All of his
you know
jokes.
what? I can't do it. I can't do his voice.
All of his jokes are just about like Madeleine McCann or
Well,
Harvey Price.
One of the jokes was that you said.
I don't remember this at all.
Do you know what?
No.
We were taking a piss out of Mock the Week, and you were like, "Oh, I hate that Scottish bloke," because it's just like, what would you hate to find in a book?
A
Kids
dead
with-
kid. Yeah. it's just
Dead kids with
yeah.
AIDS.
Yeah.
I went into
That's what
like Arnie then. Dead kids.
Dead kids with AIDS.
You're
to the
stealing my
chopper.
jokes. I don't like this guy.
Yeah, you and Frankie Boyle.
Absolutely.
I always find like
Joke
Mock the Week's
thief.
one of those things you find funny when you're younger, but I don't know.
Like
it's just
Family Guy.
Yeah, as you just get older, it's just like
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I can't watch it anymore. I just
No.
have zero interest.
Yeah, it's like Always Sunny.
and it date. Oh,
Oh yeah,
Mock the Week
I
dates-
just heard 3 dislikes.
yeah, you definitely did. Mock the Week just ages really bad as well because they're literally talking about. It's all,
I think that's the big issue
current
with it. It's all
event
current
based,
events.
That's the problem with when we do current events. Then
That's true. I might
when
disagree.
we do current events as well, like it's like. 4
But when we
weeks
do
later.
when we
Yeah.
do current events,
Our
it's,
current
it's for
events
the, it's
are
for
never-
the it's for the now fans. It's not for the future fans.
Our current events have always just been events, though. Like never. It's like I'd preface this, but this story is 8 months old,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh right.
There's an election happening. It happened in 2019. Let's talk about it now.
So I've been listening back to loads of old podcasts,
Yeah.
and there's loads of things that we said that we were going to do that we haven't, and that's what I've been looking out for. So I've written a list of things. Some are like part 2s, part 3s.
We did do that a lot. We always
So,
said we were going to revisit.
We
things.
should
I've
be
just
able to
forgotten that now.
get ourselves to at least 100 podcasts.
Yeah, I can't remember most of the things that we've actually done. So let alone stuff that we said that we were going to do and didn't.
It's hard. And honestly, you listen back to a podcast even like a year ago, I'm like, I said that.
Oh mate, I can't do it. I can't. We were talking about this a minute ago. Like I can't. From like when we first started, it's like, oh, I can't. I can't do
even
it.
if it's something like something I wouldn't say now, not like even like dark joke or whatever, just something I would just never have told anyone, and I've told loads of like 1,000 people a year
I
ago.
felt like that about like the last one we did, the sex one. Like, when
Yeah.
we did it, I felt fine, and I watched it back, and I was like,
Yeah, dude, I was the one that said we shouldn't do this shit. I
talking
was
about like cum in the bed and stuff. I was
cringy,
just like,
man. It's cringy.
why did I talk about that? Like
You think that's bad? I talked about the time I put fucking daisy flower down my beehole.
that is that yeah. But
Yeah,
people
but
expect that.
why
kind
did you
of
do that?
thing from you?
Well, she
Just
liked
don't
it.
do it.
She liked it. Worked though.
I think
Yeah,
so.
that's fair enough. If it
The
works,
thing is though,
There's
that,
nothing cool about
if
cum in
it
the bed.
works, it works.
that might be the ex that we managed to call
Yeah, who would
For-
like to see
for
that?
us.
Us have a phone conversation with one of Matt's exes.
I don't know how that's going to work.
I don't think it's gonna go great, personally.
I don't think she will remember the daisy down the pee hole.
I mean, that's kind of hard to forget.
I feel
isn't
like
it?
if anyone in my life ever came up to me with a daisy in their pee hole, I'd remember it forever.
Yeah, I think yeah.
See, that's why I did it.
That's
It's
fair.
unforgettable.
Yeah, it is unforgettable.
What's that? Yeah,
Unforgettable.
your lad brought you a bouquet of flowers. Yeah, but did he put it down his pee hole? Anyway, yeah. So,
What you guys been up to? Or were you going to say something then?
I've tried edibles for the first time this week.
Yeah, good, ain't they?
Yeah, they're right.
Yeah,
Not that great,
boy.
really.
Well, you need to try the ones I've got then.
Nah. I never enjoyed. The
At the end of
high
the day,
from
I
it. It
would
was-
rather just smoke a
Yeah,
biff, but
I found that edibles just like kind of just like annoying. You know what I mean?
Try them again.
Nah, they just irritating. And
Yeah, but
like,
were you smoking weed at the same time?
of course, I was smoking weed at the
No,
same
you
time.
never tried them by
It
themselves.
was different. It's
Yeah.
just completely different.
Just take an
thing.
edible and then
Feels
sit play
different.
video games for 6 hours.
it's the first
Why?
time.
Why would I want
Yeah.
to do that? That's just
what you
boring.
Yeah, but you do that without the edible.
Yeah, but why would I want to do it on edibles?
I don't know.
'Cause
Why
it-
do you used to smoke weed every single day for like 2
Dude,
years?
I used to smoke weed and then sit and play Minecraft. You know why? Because I couldn't think to play any game that used any form of intelligence.
Yeah, for real.
So that's like, if I play games nowadays, I only play competitive games. If you play competitive games, even drunk,
What?
it's like you
Yeah.
just can't play them properly.
When
Well,
I'm-
you don't play that many competitive games. You play like Warcraft or whatever it's called.
Warcraft.
Oh, you played
I-
League,
World of
don't
War.
you?
Yeah, I play League.
World
World
War.
of League Craft.
League of
yeah.
Legends. I play Warzone.
Warzone, that's it. That's
To
the
be
one
fair,
I'm
I
thinking
do
of.
drink and play Warzone, but that's only because I play with Harry and Sean. And they
they're
just
good.
they don't get as drunk as me, so they help me out. That's the only
great.
reason I do.
We should do like a series where we like either like watch or play stuff like stoned or drunk. It would be brilliant. I
I'm
think
up
that'd be
for.
really good.
I'm up for.
Oh.
Yeah, anyway, it was a decent
yeah.
experience.
I've just been going to the cinema, man. I've watched that Doom film
Right.
twice.
2
We're
times.
gonna go for it.
Fucking love it,
We're
mate.
going thrice, aren't we?
The thing is that like
Taking me.
I can see like a lot of people not enjoying it because it's very much like, you know, like one of those films where you're like, this is for me. Like
Yeah.
this was made for me. But like you're like, I know there's a lot of people that watch it and like, this is not made
Yeah.
for me. It is for me. I fucking love that film. But then again, I love the book.
Yeah, see,
So-
I've never read the book, and I never saw the original film, but I've
It's sick,
seen all the
man.
trailers
Well,
for
it's
it.
part
and
one,
it looks
isn't it?
really good.
Yeah, it's part one.
Hopefully they don't.
Oh, is
fuck
it?
next
So
one
they're
up.
going to be
The
doing another
guy
one.
wants to make 3 films, so he wants to make the next one going to be part 2 of the old book,
Mhm.
and then he's going to do the sequel book, which is like quite small compared to the original book. So it should be
Is
enough.
that villain of Vivi? Yeah, Denis.
Denis
What the fuck are you
Villian
Denis Viagra.
I don't know. I think it is just. I think it's like it looks more complex than it actually is said.
Villeneuve or something.
It's
isn't
like it's just Villeneuve
Villeneuve.
or
Okay.
Villeneuve or
I have
whatever.
no idea who
Whereas it
said
looks
that.
like
It's
it's like
fantastic.
yeah. He did like the new. I don't know if
Blade
you
Runner.
watched the new Blade Runner. It's pretty good.
Arrival.
Rival, Cesario. That's like drug cartel stuff. You might like that if you're into drugs.
Oh, that's the one with
Benicio del Toro, Josh Brolin.
I can't think of what I'm thinking of, but I've never seen that film, but I've
Did Prisoners with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I haven't seen that film
great?
either. You're just
That
listing,
one's fucking
You're just listing
brutal.
off amazing
That
films
is
that I
such
haven't
a
seen.
brutal. Oh, I love that film so much.
He's a fantastic director.
Yeah, he's done some good shit. and
Some very, very good shit.
it's a great film.
But we're going to go watch Dune, aren't we?
Yeah, it's very like 2001: Space
When?
Odyssey mixed with like Lord of the Rings. It's
When?
And Star Wars.
whenever. When are you free?
Tonight, when Lewis goes.
Nah, it's the weekend, man. It's gonna be packed.
Who cares? Oh,
I hate people. You know I hate people.
it won't be as good
That's
as the
why I
time
don't
we
ever
got
go
that
to the cinema.
free No Time to Die.
Yeah, man, I
seats.
can't believe out of everyone on this planet who gets invited to a premiere, it's us.
It's me.
We turn up with like, I had like a suit jacket that didn't match my trousers, and I just looked like shit, and like I have like my fucking shirt hanging out of my underwear, and I'm just, and then there's like these people dressed up all like.
Yeah, no, there was
smart.
super like dressed up people, and then there was people who just came in like hoodie and trackies.
To be fair, there's a lot of like actors nowadays that like turn up even to red carpets like that.
Good.
That's
yeah,
what
but
I
it's
do.
like it's about diversity. If you want to dress up, that's cool. If you don't want to dress up, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's what it should be like, you know. But
I
like,
agree.
yeah.
I hate.
Imagine going to a premiere dressed as a character from a different movie. Should do that.
Get told off, man.
Like the actor, he's dressed up as a
You did
character
that.
from a different
You
movie.
did that at
he
Disney
was
fucking
in,
premiere,
like-
man. The fucking mouse come out and beat the shit out of you.
Well, I don't know.
That belongs to Warner Brothers, not me.
That's like that's from that South Park episode, isn't it? Where he's just like kicking the shit out of the Jonas
Oh
Brothers.
mate, yeah,
Yeah.
with them fucking like abstinence rings or whatever it is, isn't it?
Oh god, can we
that
hear
noise?
the
The fuck is
fucking
that noise?
plane?
Is that a plane?
It's a plane.
How the
Can you
fuck?
guys
I
hear
can
that?
hear that so clearly.
Yeah,
Are you sure that window's not open?
it is open.
That was
Well,
so
then
loud.
It's 100% the reason.
Well, that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's gone.
He
now.
doesn't like. He likes the window open because he's a big boy and he got
Yeah.
he traps the heat in.
So you
Look.
boys been up to anything else?
At
then?
least I'm consistent. You're like you got like tub on your belly.
Yeah,
that you,
no,
you
but, like,
can't- and
it
your
ca-
chin.
yeah, but
that you
it-
can't get rid
Yeah,
of.
but it comes and goes. No, my chin
Greg-
fat goes every
Greg,
now and then.
Greg,
My belly fat goes.
I'm all or nothing. You're just in the middle because you can't be asked.
Listen to that.
Yeah, dude. Like
We live right near an airport.
We live like a well, it used to be an airfield, but they're trying to turn it into like a mini airport now, and it's just irritating.
It's like someone started a fucking lawnmower outside your window.
Should we close the window?
Do you want me to go close it?
100%
quickly? That's
close the
so
window.
loud.
Whilst Lewis is gone.
Fucking hell.
Let's everyone like this and also write in the chat, write in the comments. Lewis is a rat.
Oh, don't be mean.
Anyway, so
it's
now
fine.
you're back, Lewis. Something happened to you this morning.
Oh yeah,
Can you
yeah.
talk about that?
I woke up. Yeah, I woke up to some funny news.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning and someone messaged me some screenshots from like a Facebook or Instagram, and in the area that I live in, someone had their bike stolen, and it got caught on CCTV, and someone who I don't know has like thinks it looks like me, and they put like my pictures online, like could be this guy. And there's like this CCTV footage of this shady bloke nicking a bike with my pictures next to it. Like,
Could be
Can
this
we
guy.
Can we put it up here?
yeah, I'll get
Yeah.
it. I was like, what the fuck?
He
like,
looks nothing like you.
no, he's
like-
got like a shit hairline.
but it's not as shit as yours.
Fucking
so-
weasel thief.
Yeah.
The funny, because I messaged the woman and said like, I'm really sorry that you've
That's
had
not
your
me.
belongings stolen, but it's not me. I said, I can't even ride a bike, which I can't. I haven't ridden a bike since I
Who
was about
can't ride a
9.
bike?
Me.
We'll
I-
teach you how to ride a bike
I was
for a video.
never very good at riding one anyway. but then
Threeskins lands.
When I was about 8 or 9, I switched up to just skateboarding.
Yeah.
And I skateboarded all from
Yeah,
my
but a bike.
teenage. And then, what's that?
A bike. Can you ride a...
I can get on it and but I can ride it, but I'm likely to fall off of it. I think the last 2 or 3 times in my life I've been on a bike, I've fallen off.
We
get some
have a
stabilizers.
bike in the garage. Let's go.
No.
Threeskins
They
lands.
terrify. I don't like it. They
Come
scare
on.
me.
Well, yeah, that's fine. You'll be fine.
Ugh.
That was really funny what happened to Lewis this morning. We've been
Yeah.
calling
Wasn't that fun?
We've
Yeah, I
been
know.
calling him a
It was-
weasel
it
all
was
day.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Because the person who shared it was like this little weasel. And
Yeah.
then there's pictures of me, like fuck. Like,
fucking
We really
weasel.
hope you find your bike.
I
but
hope you find
It
your-
is funny for us that
Yeah.
Lewis was a
it's
potential
like
culprit.
he's been stealing wallets as well, and it was like, and he stole someone's wallet to go and buy some Super Kings from the shop. or
What?
whatever,
Is that what
yeah.
they said?
Yeah, I was like, I don't even smoke Super Kings. I was like, they're grim.
Who's still stealing bikes in 2021? It's
I don't know.
crazy.
I used to
isn't
remember. I used to know this kid that had like a. He used to like freeze locks with this spray and then bash the lock and then
Yeah.
nick the
it?
bike.
Yeah.
And he always used to have poo hash.
Yeah,
About
man.
poo hash?
Yeah. He used to.
Poo bar.
Yeah, man. Like whenever I used
Poo
to.
bar.
Pooh
Dude,
bar.
he like at that train station he used to operate in. Literally, I'd turn up like to go to uni at that train station. He'd be there, but mate, you want to buy smash? And I'm like, nah, I'm alright.
Nah.
And he's just sat there like taking chains off bikes, and I'm just like, see you in a bit, mate.
Mid-transaction.
Dude,
like,
he was actually like that. I can't. Oh, I
Didn't
do
care.
remember his
Did
name,
not care that people will sat there. People will come up to him and be like, stop doing that, and he'd be like, no, and he'd just keep doing it, and no one
Yeah.
would stop
no
him.
fucks. When someone's like that, you know not to fuck with them. Like, if you
Yeah.
try to stop someone, they're just like, you'd be like,
And like, but now that train station has like proper like locks and like
Yeah.
essentially lockers for your bike, and 100% is because of him. There's no way to invest.
Yeah,
in
that was hit. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
fuck! They literally have
Yeah.
like lockers. It was definitely him, because every single time you go, you would see him there nicking a bike, and no one would do anything.
What
How
happened to all
many
those
bikes
bikes?
did this guy get away with?
It wasn't even just the bike.
To be fair, he did sell me a bike.
If he couldn't get through the lock, he would just take everything off the bike, handlebars.
Amazing.
Fucking,
Bruh.
and dude, you'd see him like riding his other bike with all this stuff in his hands, like no hands riding a bike. He was like some sort of it was the most superhuman thing I've ever seen.
Oh, that's so good though.
You know, like the X-Men, yeah. You know, like how some X-Men have like really just shit powers, like their fingernails grow or something. His is just super bike thief.
Super bike
He's
thief.
just like born with like super bike thief.
Just takes it apart.
He definitely stole one of my bikes.
Yeah, pretty.
And sold you one as well.
It's probably sold me my own bike back.
Sold you, but because he takes them all apart, he just makes the parts.
The thing is he sold me a bike, and this is before I knew he was a bike thief.
A bike thief.
So I bought this bike, and then I fucking find out, and then I spray painted the bike. I tried to like get rid of any, I was oh shit. I didn't know.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. So
yeah, we do have a topic for today.
We do. Interesting.
I am taking the reins on this one. I quite like this dynamic because since we've been back, how many podcasts have we done now? Back like 5. You've done a couple. Greg's taken over one, and it was very well received. I don't know if mine's going to be as well received, but I thought I would take the reins today and talk about a topic that I'm very passionate about, but you two aren't really too in the know about.
I know a bit here and there.
But I'm hoping that once I've finished, I might coerce you to maybe watch some in case you see any of these funny happenings. I'm going to be talking about football today. English football, not necessarily just in England.
Association.
Soccer.
Yeah. You know, maybe.
Yeah, go on then, Greg.
Yeah,
what are you
fun. Yeah.
So, Greg, what do you know about soccer?
I don't know, like, you just kick a ball and then, like, some guy comes up to you and starts whistling at you and waving your hand when you kick someone.
What?
It's just dumb.
The guy from Gladiators?
No, that guy's cool. But what I don't like about football is that, like...
John Anderson, that's what it's
First off is, like, whenever, like, everyone knows this who watches football is, like, you're sat there and like, fuck off, ref, that was fucking foul. Yeah. Or, like, stuff like that. Just let him foul. Just allow it. Just
red
kick
card
it.
Football.
Break legs. Just break legs. It's just...
Yeah, and you'd watch that, would you?
No, but I'd be more likely to. And if I did sit and watch it, I'd enjoy it more.
There have been some horrific injuries in football.
We showed you.
I don't know.
This isn't in my list, but I saw a story earlier while I was looking it up. A bloke, I think it was Spanish football. He had a really horrific leg break in a game, and he actually ended up having his leg amputated because it was that fucking bad. It was that savage.
They still play?
There are people who do. It's like a league for like amputee football.
Yeah,
they run around with crutches. Like I saw a really good goal from one the other week.
Yeah,
mate, like wax it from outside.
Are
the box.
you allowed to use your crutch?
I don't think so. That would be better though. Yeah, you knock it like 1-2 in it with your crutches.
Handball.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, does it count as handball if it hits the crutch?
I don't know.
It should do.
I need to look into this. Yeah.
Why haven't you got that down on there?
Football. But right. Should we get into it? Should we
get
started?
Greg, you looking forward to this?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a variety of stuff. I will say a lot of the stuff that I've got, I don't think any of it actually. It's stuff that actually happened on a football pitch. It's more stuff on the outside of football because there's some crazy happenings. This one, though, however, is something that happened in a football match. Are either of you two familiar with a man called Bert Troutman?
No, but I like his name.
Good old Bert.
Well, you're going to like him even more in a minute, Greg. His real name was Bernard Carl Troutman, but people called him Bert because people in England couldn't pronounce his name properly. He was German.
Bert.
In 1933, he was part.
Here we go.
He was part of the Hitler Youth.
Here we go.
Right? Oh shit!
So he fought in World War. He was part of the Luftwaffe. Became a paratrooper.
Yeah.
But he won 5 medals as well. Got an Iron Cross. He's a big German war hero, right? But he ended up getting caught in World War II and sent to a prisoner of war camp in Lancashire, right? And he stayed in England after the war and became like a farmer and started playing for his local football team. And he eventually rose up and he signed for Man City, right? And it caused like outrage. There was a protest of 20,000 people and a demonstration because he was classed as well when he got arrested, sent to the prisoner of war camp. He was classed as a Category C prisoner, so he was classed as a Nazi. So these people were like outraged. But it was in 1949 that he signed, so just after the war he signed for Man City. And but eventually he was such a good goalkeeper that they ended up sort of taking him in and accepting him.
They always look the other way when they're a good player.
Which is why I found this interesting, yeah, because like in what other like aspect ever would like a Nazi be like an English hero?
Scientists.
Like what? Well,
Werner von Braun. He was the guy that like
Greg's
invented
dropping
all these
knowledge.
big old fucking rockets
oh,
to
is
like
it?
bomb everyone outside of Nazi Germany. And you know, Americans just kidnap him and just build us rockets to go to the moon.
Just build us rockets, mate. Just get it done.
And he did. He did build those rockets, and they were pretty good rockets. So fair enough, I guess.
Fair
but,
play.
Like,
Yeah.
he was a
That's
Nazi.
interesting, you know.
So, no,
'cause-
so this is not where the story ends.
Oh, okay.
So Bert Troutman's
Do
playing for
carry
Man
on.
City, earning himself a name. 1956 FA Cup final comes round. There's 17 minutes. He's a goalkeeper. There's 17 minutes left of this match. He goes in for a tackle. They were playing Birmingham. Goes in for a tackle. Really bad, awful injury. And he gets up and he carries on. He plays the next 17 minutes of the game. He makes some crucial saves and it wins them the game. And it turns out after the match, they actually found out, they took the picture with the winner's medal and his neck is clearly crooked. He'd actually broken his neck, fully broken it.
What?
And carried on playing the game and won him it and made some saves as well.
God, man.
Yeah.
That's mental.
What? And they found out his neck was broken from a picture
Yeah.
because it was crooked.
And it was the X-ray wasn't until 3 days later. He must have just been like, my neck is hurting, yeah. And then they took him in and then, yeah, but he'd broken his
No,
neck.
he definitely had such a deeper voice than that. Go.
Probably.
Go.
But apparently,
Do the deepest German voice you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that.
My neck hurts. Bitterchen.
My neck and hurting.
My neck and hurting. But yeah, no, he went on to in 2004 because he died quite old. He was
Jesus,
appointed
yeah,
honorary
quite right for a bit,
officer of the Order of the British Empire. He got an OBE, which I think is what that is short for.
Yeah.
Well,
For
really?
promoting Anglo-German understanding through football.
Hmm.
And everyone that ever played with him said he was one of the nicest people ever in football.
Well, I think that's one of the things, though, is that like people forget that like England and like the Nazis were like best friends. They were, and like the royal family, they used to go over to Nazi Germany all the time and lick each other's, you know, assholes and all. You know what I mean? Like when I say lick
Yeah, I
assholes,
know,
I don't
yeah,
literally
I know,
asshole
yeah.
licking. But
You know, like how dogs sniff each other's butt.
yeah, they like sniff.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's.
That's
oh,
what. That's what famous people. Not famous
Anyway,
people,
so
like,
it doesn't
rich people
surprise
do.
me at all. That
But yeah,
Well, I think it's an interesting story purely because it always changes when, like, oh, you're a really bad person. Oh wait, but you can win me loads of
Yeah.
goals.
yeah.
20,000 people there were at this
You
protest.
aren't so bad.
Yeah.
like
Oh, they see
you
his
know what I
first
mean?
game and he's
Yeah.
amazing, and they're like, maybe we can forgive and
Yeah,
forget.
exactly.
You know, this is
that's
all
why.
it's
That's why I like that
football.
story.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what
no.
it
sums up
I imagine what it
England,
was
doesn't
like. It's like all the crowd are like, "This guy killed people. He killed British soldiers," and then he saves a goal. He killed a few British soldiers.
Yeah,
he saves another goal. Don't know what we're talking about, mate. He's a fucking great British goal. He is.
He's great British goal.
They even changed his name. His name was Bernhard, and they called him Bert. Like he became. Yeah,
Oh, I love that. That's a great story. Yes.
it's all right, isn't it? Yeah,
It's still a neck
Rest in
breaker.
peace, Bert.
yeah. Rest in peace, old Bertie. Now this is ridiculous. This one. Now statues are a big thing at football grounds, and you know places like that. You know, outside West Ham's old ground, they got a statue of Bobby Moore, who won the World Cup and played for them. You know, outside the Emirates at Arsenal's
Never
ground,
heard
they've
of
got.
him.
You've never heard of Bobby Moore?
No.
He was the England captain when we won the World Cup, but he
World
played
Cup.
We
for
won a
West
World
Ham.
Cup before.
Yeah, once.
1966.
How? We're England. We
Scored.
didn't win anything.
Who were we against?
Brazil,
Germany.
Germany.
Yeah,
Germans.
Oh shit!
the Germans.
It's
yeah.
like 20 years after the World War II.
So we kicked their asses.
Yeah.
and it was the
Three
last
times.
The last,
3 times.
the last time we
Fucking hat trick.
the last time our team was any good. But yeah, no. So statues are a big thing in football. Yeah, no, a lot of grounds have got them. Now, Fulham is a club based in London.
Yeah.
In 2011, their owner
Oh, I'm so
unveiled
uncomfortable.
a statue at their ground. I want you to just hazard a guess as to who you think this was a statue of, and then I'm going to show you the picture.
Can we have a clue?
I don't know many football.
Is it
Not a
footballer?
footballer.
Oh, okay. He's not a footballer. No.
What kind of like era of like? Is it recent?
Just show us the goddamn thing. Come on.
All right. Well, I'll show Matt the photo first.
Why? Why is it? Why is that for film? Is that real?
Yeah.
Why?
Is that really? Is that Adolf Hitler?
It's the worst statue ever. Look at that.
But why? Why would
Yeah,
they?
why?
Well, there is a story behind it.
Oh, okay.
But here's the owner with said statue. Look at him. He's loving it.
Oh,
He's
Jackson trafficked for him.
Oh, mate. Well, this
Craig.
this is the
I
problem
love to
where
see him do
anybody can buy a football club and can do whatever they like with it. So
That's
this
true,
like
yeah.
Al Fayed, his name was, in 1997 he bought Fulham.
Is it still there?
No, it's not there anymore. He was a good friend of Michael Jackson's, and Michael Jack was a good friend. Do you know what I mean?
Everyone seems to be a good friend. of
Yeah.
mine.
This
like,
is what
you know
I
what I mean?
right. So, but Michael Jackson visited Fulham and went to one match. He went to one game, right? And after he died, Al Fayed was like, "I want to commemorate this guy." Right,
This
because
guy.
I loved him so much.
Yeah.
And he actually owned Harrods as well. This guy was quite a big businessman. And he wanted to put it outside Harrods, but they were like, no. So he was like, all right, I'll put it outside my football club instead then.
Wow.
And the fans went mental.
I bet they did.
It was in 2011 as well, and he died in like 2009, right?
Yeah.
So just 2 years after the bloke had died. And the statue is terrible. Like,
It's awful.
it looks like a big fucking Barbie doll. It's shit.
Oh my god.
And so many people complained, right? And eventually, he sold the club in 2013 and was like, I've had enough. The next bloke who bought it got rid of it, and it actually got sent to the British Football Museum.
Did
It
it?
was there for a few years until like 2019 or something, and then got taken down.
Oh man,
But-
I'd love to have that.
They took the statue
Where's it
We
now?
are the world.
Where is it now? That's
probably
the real
fucking
question.
We are
melted
the
down.
children.
I don't know. But
I mean, he did touch kids.
How do you know?
stared at kids' buttholes. That
To
would've
be,
been a
to be fair, you
kid's
are Macaulay
statue.
Culkin, and you know if it was
Yeah.
anyone.
Nah, yeah, but like that's the thing. Is
Weren't
that,
no
like,
goddamn Michael Jackson now, was it?
Yeah, fair enough. I like.
Fair enough.
No, like the whole. It's just like fair enough. You know what I mean? Like it's just creepy. First off, it's just
That statue's
It's
fucking
a
creepy.
shit statue. It looks creepy,
terrible.
and then you add in like the
The background.
the situation.
Yeah.
Imagine going to watch your football team every week and having to walk past that.
What if Michael Jackson abused a kid when he came to Fulham, and now this
The
kid
Ball Boys, yeah.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
who's a
man.
Fulham fan had to go and sit there and see his abuser statue every single time.
Well, the statue got taken down in 2013, and the next year, Fulham got relegated. And Al Fayed, who didn't own the club anymore, he said that was the reason. He said
Really?
mental people own football clubs, mate. It's crazy.
So wait. Relegated means you go down a league.
Yeah,
doesn't
you go down the league.
Just so Greg knows.
But all the negative reviews
What's a
that
league?
came out for it.
What's a league?
What's a league?
You know what?
League
it
of
means.
Legends, but with football clubs.
Okay.
Just imagine
that
that.
makes sense. That actually kind of does make sense. Yeah.
But he said in a statement when people were complaining about it, he said, if some stupid fans don't understand and appreciate such a gift this guy gave to the world, then they can go to hell. I don't want them to be fans.
Jesus Christ, that
Yeah.
guy is wonky.
Yeah, he's nuts.
What's his name again?
Al Fayed, his name
Isn't he
was.
the guy who's like killed the Princess Diana?
No, I think isn't that Dodie or something?
I don't know.
Dodie
Dodie
Alfayed.
Clark.
Al Fayed. I don't know.
She's that YouTube singer, isn't she? With
Dido.
the ukulele or whatever.
Dido? No, that's who Eminem killed.
Locked in my basement.
Oh, dude. But yeah, when they got relegated, he said, this statue was a charm and we removed the luck from the club and now we have to pay the price. Yeah.
That guy is broken.
Loony, mate.
No, Dodie Al-Fayed.
Yeah, that's it. He killed. Well, people will say he killed. Because his son died in the same crash, didn't he, or some dumb
I
shit.
don't know. I don't really know very much.
I don't know, man. Like people say he did it, but it's a conspiracy theory, so I can't prove it.
So, this next one was a really
Can
big...
I just
Go on.
Can I just interject? Okay, so when
Yeah,
I
go on.
worked at a nightclub,
Yeah.
we had a Michael Jackson impersonator come in.
Oh, dude.
I'm not joking. This guy, he used to do it in front of Michael Jackson because he was that good. His name's Navi, yeah? Looks just like him, talks just like him.
Talks just like him.
Stupid.
Yeah, he was like, what's your name? And I was like, my name's Matthew. It was fucking surreal. And this is like in the back kitchen. He's like, what's your name? And I'm like, my name's Matt. And he's like, nice to meet you. He's like, nice to meet you, son. And all this sort of stuff. And then he was like, yeah, I'm just here for this evening. And I was like, all right. And he was like, yeah, I'm just going to go into the cupboard now. And I was like, what the fuck? Cupboard? Yeah, I'm not joking. This guy, because he'd been jet lagged from flying somewhere else, he was slept in a cupboard in a sleeping bag before his gig.
What?
In the back of a nightclub.
I empathise with that.
It's true though.
I know it's true. I know it's true.
Though, like, that can't be.
I literally opened it. I opened it and he was there sleeping. It was just sleeping Michael Jackson. In a sleeping bag in a cupboard in my work, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Nice to meet you. He was really good though. He was really, really good.
When he wasn't asleep in the cupboard. Like.
Yeah, no. I think he was asleep.
That's
he was
mad.
definitely in the cupboard.
I don't know how you fall asleep in a cupboard.
In his sleeping, he had a sleeping bag.
How big was this cupboard?
I don't know. It's like you can walk in it.
It was like a walk-in.
It wasn't just. It wasn't just.
That's what I was imagining. Vampire Michael Jackson.
Oh, happy Halloween, by the way, guys. We're not doing Halloween this year.
Yeah, no, allow that. We've done that before, haven't we?
Yeah, like 3 times.
Who cares about Halloween, really? Like, who gives a shit?
Me.
I like it. It's cool. It's like spooky, man.
Do you know why I like it?
Why?
Ghosts.
Sweets.
He has just been sat there eating sweets last week.
Sweets.
Yeah,
I'll join the gym again though. So
yeah,
let's get some.
Get on it, man. Get on it. Do it.
Oh, Greg, why did you burn your arm again?
Yeah, you've got a massive burn on your arm.
I got really drunk and.
Oh, it looks horrible.
It does.
It looks like someone's got a cigarette lighter in.
It looks like plague.
Dude, I am.
Those circular. You know when Ace Ventura
it's a cigarette lighter.
Yeah.
So I put some pulled pork on, pork in the slow cooker, and then like an hour in, because obviously you leave it for 7 hours or whatever. My mate phoned me and was like, "Dude, do you want to go to the pub?" And I was just like, "Okay, I'll just go to the pub." So go to the pub, get really drunk, and then we're about to go get a kebab, and I'm like, "I don't need a kebab. I've got pulled pork at home. That's cool." So anyway, I get home drunk and I'm just there making my pulled pork, and I'm like, I need to put it in the sauce. So I chuck it all in the pot with some sauce, heat it up, blah blah blah. Fucking just drunk me just leans on the pot, and it just burns.
Did it hurt?
Yeah. Even
that's when you know it hurts as well, when you're hammered.
Yeah, when you're hammered and you fucking.
What's more painful, that or the hot glue gun tattoos?
No, this is way worse. Yeah.
Was it?
Really?
Yeah, this is bad, man.
Yeah. Shit. You reckon it's gonna mark for a while then?
Yeah, I think that's gonna leave a permanent scar.
I'd say so. It looks savage.
Cool. I like scars. Yeah, so it's all good.
We should do a podcast where we talk about each one of our scars, and we have to get naked.
I've got a few.
I've got a few scars that I don't really like. That scar, I've had that scar for years. I don't know where
I've got
a
few scars that I have no idea where it comes from. I've got a funny one on my finger there. I have no idea where that comes from.
Scars all over my back.
I've got. I don't know if you can see it. It's that there.
Yeah, mine's quite similar to yours.
That one there. That was from sticking my finger in the crocodile dentist.
I got that. I got that little crescent one from when I got drunk and cut my.
That's on the Where's My Challenge website, by the way. Go look.
Yeah,
it's fucking best video ever.
I cut my hand open with my knife.
And I'm like, Greg, you're bleeding. And you're like...
Oh, man.
It's such a good video.
That was after I dislocated my shoulder, so I'm drunk.
Right. Let's get back to your stuff.
Get back to football.
Yeah, sorry, we
will do a scars
it's just
podcast.
You're so bored listening to football.
No, it's great.
It's because of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson got us off topic.
I forgot we were fucking.
Michael Jackson is okay. First off,
we are the world.
He could have been a bad guy. We don't know. We're not.
You never know.
Woo!
Yeah, man. I'm not a judge or a lawyer or anything. I don't know.
Never know.
Who knows?
The way
he did make some banging tunes though. That's what I do know.
Yeah.
Made some banging.
You really turn me on. You're knocking me off of my feet now.
Chamon.
Sleeping Bear.
You got a knee on your chin.
You got a knee on that dude.
Right. So this next one was a big football scandal in the late 90s, and it actually happened to my club that I support. This happened
Pompey.
Well, Pompey, yeah?
This
He's a Pompey supporter.
This
boy.
happened to Southampton, right? In 1996, we were being managed by Graham Souness. who was
What's
a football
Southampton?
player.
I thought it was Scum.
Well, you can call me that if you want.
Scummer.
I'm gonna get a slap
Scummers.
after this game. Nah,
Scummers.
I'll take it from a skate.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
alright.
Yeah, but I'm not a skate. I'm not from Portsmouth.
Right.
Why?
You
I'm
don't
not.
know,
I
Lewis.
I
wasn't
you're
even-
from Plymouth. I
I'm
don't
from
even know
Plymouth,
what
mate.
you are.
Yeah, who fucking knows? I
Jana.
don't even know if
I
they
think
have
they're
a
called
fucking
Janas,
You're
football
just
isn't
a
team.
Wurzel, mate. I'm not sure.
Greg, Lewis used to get very angry with me for living close to Portsmouth
Yeah.
when we used to
No, I
film.
haven't.
I know, it's just such a weird barbarian
It's
mindset.
stupid,
It's just
isn't
like,
it?
it just makes
It
no
is
sense.
Tribal.
It's strange. It is, but the whole Southampton Portsmouth thing dates before the football.
Yeah, but Portsmouth
nothing to do with
people
football.
don't care. It's
They
always
do.
no.
Mate, they do.
None of the ones I meet care. They don't see any.
Yeah, they don't at the
rivalry.
moment because they know.
What about
we're
the
a
guys
better
like,
club.
fuck you, Pompey?
Yeah, but these people.
I'll show you a documentary later that shows you that they do fucking care.
Yeah, but they probably. Who cares?
Well,
Why do you care?
I think they're both shit. Does that mean
Yeah,
they're both
well,
going
no,
to
they-
kick me in?
We both definitely are. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
they're
It's
both
probably one of the
shit.
fiercest
No.
rivalries, but because both of the teams just suck, no one really gives it that
but
any
Southampton
attention.
ain't that bad
No, well, we're better than Portsmouth at the moment.
at the moment.
2 leagues
Yeah,
above.
but have you
them.
ever won the
Yeah,
FA Cup?
exactly. FA
Yes.
Cup.
Oh, I didn't know.
It was
Southampton
it
won the FA Cup.
99? No, 2009?
76.
Yeah, but
Saints won it.
Portsmouth won it more recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look where it's got them.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah,
If you said
they're
to
resting.
me-
They're resting.
Oh,
The rest, they're
Just chilling out for a few decades.
Anyway.
saving up some money.
Right, the year's 1976.
Yeah.
Graham Souness is managing Southampton FC. He gets a call from George Ware. Do either of you know who George Ware was?
No.
He was a Liberian footballer. He played.
Oh yeah, oh god, should have known.
Well, no,
Encyclopedic
he was one of
knowledge
the-
of Liberian footballers. Yes, go for
My
that one.
encyclopedia of Liberian football.
Liberia.
He wasn't just anybody. He played for PSG, and in '95 he won the Ballon d'Or, which is
Did
the
he?
biggest football award
I
ever.
don't know what
And
it
he won-
was.
the Ballon d'Or. You have no idea.
Ballon d'Or is
Fuck.
like it's like the most goals in it.
This is
so-
harder than no. It's they vote. It's the world's the
So it's
best
like-
footballer
it's
of
like-
that
it's
year.
like-
Oh, I'm
in
thinking
the
golden
world.
boot then.
So it's like
Yeah,
football.
golden boot is
football
what you get in the
Oscars.
league.
Football
Yeah, it's what it is.
Oscars,
Exactly what it is.
Okay,
The football
there we
Oscars.
go. I
And they vote
understand
every
now.
year. And he's the only African since then to win the Ballon d'Or and the FIFA World Player of the Year. Why is that funny? You're gonna laugh even more when I tell you.
No.
This bloke now is actually
dude. You need to stop.
he's the president of Liberia now.
No.
He's the president of Liberia. The 24th president of Liberia.
No, why that's so funny.
I don't know why it is as well.
Why is he a president?
Oh god.
I told you, man. Football is a wacky place, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. Greg tickled me with a Liberian. I'm sorry, I wasn't up to date on my Liberian football
Yeah.
knowledge. And it just made me laugh again
Well, I
and
don't think
again.
anyone is, but I thought you might know because he was.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
God.
one of the
I
best
don't
football
get-
players
I
ever.
guess that's I guess that's like Trump becoming president, like just some random
Yeah.
dudes.
Yeah,
Like,
that's amazing.
It
though.
happens.
Fair
Yeah, but
play
no,
to
that's
him.
a
Look at like Vinnie Jones. He's now like a big
yeah,
actor.
but that's how you
It happens.
that's how you
You have a
that's-
short career in football. You think most people retire in their early 30s.
And then you
What do you
become
do
like,
after
what,
that?
like
You become a pundit or a Liberian president. Like,
oh god.
you know, the choices
Oh,
are as
God.
sad as those two.
I can't even think where Liberia is.
Africa.
Africa.
That's
Yeah, but
some-
where?
Fuck knows.
like Africa,
Who knows?
Well, it's really difficult.
West
to,
Africa.
It's really difficult to like, because I know Egypt and that's about it, and South Africa.
I don't know.
like
Find out where
Ghana.
Liberia is. So he in 1995 he won the Ballon d'Or and the FIFA World Player of the Year. He's the only African to ever win both of those.
Yeah.
So it was mental. He
Because like, African players aren't. There's not
There's a
many.
lot-
There's not many in the Premier, is there?
there's a lot now.
Yeah,
Is there
yeah.
now?
There's a lot now.
It's West Africa.
Oh, nice one.
It's like near the Sierra Leone and all that.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of Libya.
There's
for
a
some
lot
reason.
now, but I suppose like in '95 it wouldn't have been as common. But like you say, he's the only African to ever win both of those awards. So he was a very good player.
I think what I mean by that is like Africa countries don't normally do very well in the World Cup and stuff like that.
Oh no, not really. But they have an African Cup, like that's because it's like the Euros.
Yeah.
They have an African Cup of Nations, which is normally in like the middle of the season, I think. But
God.
yeah. So 1996, Graham Souness, who's managing Saints, gets a call from George Weah, and he's like, do you want to come and play for Saints, George? He's like, no, of course I don't. But I got a cousin who you need to hear about this guy, man. He's brilliant. You need to sign him up, right? So he's like, all right. So they give him a trial, right? This bloke's name was Ali Dyer, right? And they give him... This was during the time that Latiz was playing for us as well. And they give him a trial for a week, and they immediately realise that, like, this guy is fucking terrible. Like, I don't know what's happened here. He'd been on trial for a week, yeah? And Latiz said in an interview, I'd only really trained with him once on the Friday before the fateful day. He said he recalled he joined in on a five-a-side on the Friday morning and was introduced to us as a trialist. I remember thinking he's not very good and probably won't make it, right? So that week we're playing a game. I can't remember who we were playing. Leeds. We were playing Leeds. I've got it here written in my notes. And we were so short on players. We had so many players injured.
Yeah, bring him in.
He was on the bench.
And
Matt Latiz got injured like 32 minutes into the game, and they bring...
Latiz is a legend, by the way.
Yeah, mate, one of the best players to ever grace the league. Incredible. So yeah, he gets injured 32 minutes in, right? So they bring on this guy, right? And he had such an atrocious game that he actually got subbed off again.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he got brought on and then
is
brought
that on
off.
YouTube?
Yeah, you can find it anyway.
Yeah?
He was running round...
Ali Dyer.
Ali Dyer. And he's running round... He can't touch... He's not even touching the ball. He's not in any sort of position. He's just
Greg.
running round all over the fucking place, right?
Put
So
Greg on a
they
pitch.
brought him off and were like,
My
wow,
cousin
what
said
happened?
this would be an easy game.
So this was on the Saturday, right? The Sunday morning, Latiz said apparently he came in for treatment on Sunday and the physio said, yeah, report back on Monday. And this bloke just did a runner. Just fucked off, right? And he said, I don't think he paid for his hotel or anything, right? So Souness, like, obviously, Graham Souness got grilled for this. And they were like, you fucking moron, you dickhead, right? And he was like, well, he said it cost us a couple grand, 2 weeks' wages. It's like no big deal. He's like, he's an international player. So we gave him a chance. But it turns out this bloke wasn't an international player. No. The Senegalese Football Federation, he was Senegalese, they refused to supply any information about this bloke. And George Weah personally came out himself and said, I've never heard of anyone called Ali Dyer, and I've never spoke to Graham Souness.
Dude, so it's just a random fella.
Yeah, so some bloke pretending to be George Weah rang up Graham Souness and was like, you've got to check out my cousin.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest scandals to ever happen in football.
Jesus Christ, I've never heard of that.
Scammed his way into a Premier League match, one Premier League appearance for 50 minutes.
Can we find him somewhere and get him on the podcast?
Well, I'm not sure what he's doing now, but he went on to like play for a few really small teams in the UK. Like, it didn't end his football career. I think he played for like Gateshead and like some really like lower league teams. But he's definitely not playing anymore. He's in like his late 50s, I think. But yeah, it was mental. Crazy. I'm not sure what he's up to now.
I love him.
Weird.
He probably doesn't want to talk about it because it's probably all he ever
He's
gets
probably
asked
the
about.
fucking president of Senegal now or some shit. You know what I mean?
He's the Senegalese president. Yeah.
It's just mental.
But yeah, one of the biggest scandals to ever happen.
What do you think about that, Greg? Would you do that?
Yeah.
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 Could you imagine doing that now?
I'd be like, I am Gary Lineker. I'll give you a
You
free
got
pack of crisps if you let this guy called Greg come on.
Let my cousin Greg
fucking-
come and play.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's nuts. Now,
What was his name again? Ali
Ali
Dyer.
Dyer. ALIDIA.
Is he not related to like? There was another couple of famous Dyers, wasn't there, back then? Nathan.
Yeah, but that's DYER
Oh right.
Dyer.
Okay.
But he was English. He played for us for a bit.
I know
Nathan
about
Dyer.
football.
Yeah, you do. And there was Kieran Dyer as well, but I
Dyer.
think that was spelt differently as well. But yeah.
Danny Dyer.
Danny
Dyer.
Dyer,
And
man.
his daughter, Danny
daughter.
Dyer,
Oh yeah, Danny Dyer.
Why would
Danny
you do
Dyer.
that?
because he's a dickhead, mate.
Because Danny Dyer.
Twat.
And she's Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer, Danny Dyer. Right. So this one, I found a list of the weirdest things to ever be thrown onto a football pitch during a match.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
That's good. That's good. Do
Bomb.
we have to guess them?
We could do that if you want.
Yeah.
Dildo.
Fuck it. Right.
Bomb.
Dildo's definitely bomb.
Lewis Luis Figo, who played for Barcelona and Real Madrid, he became it was written like this, he became public enemy number 1 in Barcelona when he swapped Barcelona for Real Madrid. They're obviously big rivals. So that was in the year 2000,
Tribal.
and it was so bad that he couldn't take corners when they played at Barcelona's ground.
Oh, what, for real?
Because people would give him so much abuse. But 2 years later, in 2002, he ended up taking a corner, and someone threw what onto the pitch at him?
Well, Greg's already said what I would think. Dildo or a bomb.
I'll get a picture up later. It was a pig's head.
Oh, what the fuck?
Someone threw a pig's... And there is a picture.
How do you even get it there?
How do you smuggle that in? Do you put it on like a costume?
Yeah. Do you, or like underneath your belly and you pretend you're fat? Or do you bring a pig with you? It's like my pet pig. I'm blind. And then when you're in there, you saw its head off and chuck it.
What would you need? Fucking... Why would a pig help you if you're blind?
You could train a pig to do blind
guide
shit.
pig, yeah.
You can't get...
A guide pig.
I bet you could train a...
can't get a guide
I bet you
pig.
can try... I bet you could.
I bet you could not get a guide pig.
Well, this next one kind of ties into something that we were talking about earlier.
It's heavy
as well. And if you think smuggling a pig's head in is hard, Inter Milan played Atalanta in 2001.
Are they all going to be like Spanish and Italian?
Those are
Chuckers.
like they're normally like Europeans
throwers,
are normally
are
rowdy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like so 2001 Inter played Atalanta in the San Siro. Some of the Inter fans stole something from an Atalanta fan, and set it on fire and tossed it over a balcony.
Really?
Yeah, and there's a video of it. What do you reckon it was?
A child. Fucking.
It ties into something we were talking about earlier.
What were we talking about earlier?
Thieving.
Presidents.
A bike.
Presidents
Basically,
in Liberia.
Italian president.
Fuck.
It was he said it.
A football?
No, it was a bike.
A flaming
It was
bike.
a moped. It was a Vespa.
Oh my god.
And there's a video of it on YouTube. I'll try and get it up. It's called the Holy Vespa. They stole a Vespa, snuck it into the ground, set it on fire, and then chucked it over a balcony where luckily no one was sat at the bottom.
Fucking
I'm never going to like a Spanish football game. Like, you never feel safe there. It's like
this was in Italy.
if you yeah, but even then, like they're smuggling Vespas in.
How do you smuggle a moped into a ground?
Yeah, it's like dressed up as like a donkey, and this is my guide donkey. It's just
It's my guide moped.
Oh. This next one's pretty mad. I don't even know where this is. Hajduk Split fans. That could be anywhere.
The fuck is that?
Yeah, I have
Hajduk.
no idea. That could be in Europe or Asia. I have no idea. Oh wait, actually, it's Hajduk.
That
So it could be like
Denmark
Icelandic
or
some Scandi country. They were protesting against their chairman on one game, and their chairman owned a bakery. So in this protest, all of the fans threw donuts onto the pitch.
That's pretty funny.
Donuts. Yeah. I did find another mental one as well, where like I haven't got it on my list, but some like German lower league fans, they all smuggled in raw fish. And they were chanting like, "We've got something for you, fish, fish, fish," and they're all like throwing fish onto it.
What the fuck?
It was like 100 fish.
That would be so scary.
Dude,
that's fun though.
mental.
If it's a group of German people chanting, "Well, I got something for you,"
Fish, fish, fish.
The last time they did that,
yeah, exactly. No, we love the Germans.
Dude. But yeah, that one was crazy.
I've been hit with a fish. It's pretty.
But this one is probably by far the maddest one.
Do you reckon madder than a Vespa?
Maybe not, but this one's pretty funnier. Just for what happens at the end. So Gary McAllister used to play for Liverpool. So they were playing in a UEFA Cup game against
Liverpool.
Alaves. You probably know who Robbie Fowler is.
Yeah, of course.
He used to play for Liverpool. You won't.
Who's that?
He said Robbie Fowler.
Isn't
played for Liverpool.
Isn't the guy that got like done for? He always used to do like pretend he was snorting cocaine on the pitch in his
I don't know about
celebrations.
That. I don't know about maybe. I don't know. He was famous for he had the quickest hat trick until a Saints player came along and took that off of him a few years back. But yeah, he had a record for the quickest hat trick. I think it was like 6 minutes or something. He got a hat trick in.
That's
but yeah,
crazy.
so Gary McAllister was they were playing in Liverpool. Were playing a UEFA Cup game against Alaves, McAllister said, I was taking a corner in the second half. Robbie Fowler was warming up next to me because, like on the sidelines, the players warm up and just right next to the corner flag. He said, Robbie Fowler was warming up next to me in front of the supporters. Then suddenly there was a thud. And someone threw a dildo onto the pitch. And that was not where... someone threw this chonking dildo down and they were looking at it. And he said, nonchalantly, Robbie walked over to it, flicked it up with his right foot and volleyed it back into the crowd with his left.
Amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. Is there footage of that?
I don't know if there's a video of that.
That is the best thing to do, though.
We have
he volleyed it back into the crowd.
We have to see who can volley a dildo the longest.
Well, I don't actually know if it was kicks. A dildo, but I'm assuming it was a dildo. It was just said it was a sex toy.
Because I always think when I think dildo, I always think the big floppy ones, and I never think of
big old 17-inch, like that one we used to have at the office.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one was fucking honking.
We used to stick it in the fridge door, so you'd open the fridge up and you'd be like,
it's like some fucking
yeah, it would. It actually would do that.
On the cupboard
troll
door,
dick, that one.
Yeah. But yeah, those were some of the craziest things to be thrown at a football game. I went to a football game the other day. I went to see Saints play Chelsea, and Chelsea have a player called Mason Mount, who's from Portsmouth. So all the Saints fans, obviously, were giving this guy fucking abuse. And he was training down the bottom. And
what did
people
they say?
Were like,
barbarian.
Skate cunt.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
just barbarian.
So
just 3,000 people like, you skate bastard.
You
like,
aren't from where I'm from.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, but people were like throwing food at him and shit.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Not like right at him, but near it. Like, yeah.
Why?
Because, mate,
Animals.
football rivalries are medieval. They are so tribal. Yeah.
Why?
It's crazy. I like a bit of football rivalry and a bit of banter, but
I like the.
I don't ever go to I can happily talk with a fan of like Portsmouth and have a little bit of banter and get along.
Good,
with
because
them. But there are people that are like, there are Saints fans and Pompey fans, vice versa. Like, I won't even let my kid wear anything blue. Like, it's fucking. There's some nutty it's crazy.
Don't you think that's weird?
I do think it's weird.
That's very weird.
But see, I love football. Football's my life, and I love the rivalry, and I love that little bit of banter. But like hooliganism and like fighting people because like your football team beat my football team. We're gonna meet up afterwards and kick shit out of each other.
I have to say, I fucking love watching it.
Oh man!
And I love Vinnie Jones in Eurotrip because that's how I feel like every hooligan is.
It's not so bad now. It's been sort of like calmed down a lot. But like in the 80s, fuck me.
Oh yeah, people used to get killed.
Oh, it was savage. It was brutal. I have got a story about it later. Actually,
over football. I don't get it.
Yeah,
it's not even that good.
Oh come on, Greg. Football's amazing.
These guys are getting paid like millions to just prance about on this football.
No. They're not getting paid millions for that because. What they're getting paid for millions is the amount of abuse they have to live with.
But one of the funniest things I find is that the teams are like, yeah, fucking Pompey, fucking Southampton, they're all like this, and then, like, none of their team are actually from either place.
I know. I've had that argument with you 1,000 times, haven't I?
It's like this dude,
not argument,
this dude's
debate.
Like Spanish. And it's just like...
It's very rare that ever happens in football, though. Even, like, lower league teams. It's not very
Yeah,
rare
but what I mean is that, like, it's weird
place.
that they're all territorial about everything except their players.
Yeah.
It's just odd. It's just a bit
Funnily
weird.
enough, Saints' captain is actually from Portsmouth.
Well, there we go.
See, this is the thing. A lot of...
Skate cunt is fucking beat him
This
up.
is the thing, though. This is why it's interesting, because a lot of people from Portsmouth will go and play for Saints, but no one from Southampton will go and play for Portsmouth. Just shows who the better team is.
Yeah, Portsmouth.
Well, no.
Yeah.
No. Who's the more?
Because Portsmouth people are more willing to be like,
have
oh yeah,
better
we'll put aside our grudges and we'll go work for Southampton.
Go down to Pompey in a minute and try and find one person that isn't.
I would say to Greg's like, it doesn't exist. I'm like, Greg, I will film you one day going down the Pompey High Street in a Southampton football t-shirt.
Dude, you will get abuse.
Please, can we do that?
You won't, man.
Please, can we do that?
I don't know what view you have.
I'm not a horse. First off, so they're not gonna punch me. Are they?
You're gonna get punched.
Can't believe that guy punched a fucking police horse. That's
yeah, that's crazy.
That is amazing.
Didn't he blame it on the fact that he'd taken his first antidepressant that day?
I think it's happened a few times actually, though, to be honest. There was a bloke at Newcastle a few years ago who punched a police.
Why would you punch a horse?
Mate,
police horses are massive.
Alcohol and barbarian, like, it just...
I understand why you
crazy.
You punch a police officer.
Yeah.
Why would you
Would you punch the
Yeah, the poor horse, man.
Yeah.
But police horses
What's he
are
done?
fucking huge.
Yeah,
They're
they
bigger
should-
than
they're
they're massive.
towering.
They're bred differently,
Yeah.
aren't they?
They are fucking huge. We're
'Cause we
getting,
didn't-
we're getting towards the end.
We
now.
didn't.
It's a bit
We didn't
snappier
release one last week.
Oh yeah, no. We didn't.
I think for me,
So
it's that like
make a bit
everyone I
of a-
know that lives in Pompey just doesn't care about football. But obviously there are.
But that's
people
why
that
though.
do.
But there's people in Southampton that don't care about football. Do you know what I mean? It's the same. But the
just
people
don't
that
care
do.
about it.
To be
it's
fair
very
though,
serious.
Portsmouth people from Portsmouth going to play for Southampton are just they're a bit more sort of.
No, it's just because the clubs.
They have better humility.
No, it's nothing to do with.
Yeah,
that.
but they
It's
weren't
because the
always
club's
better. Pompey was significantly higher than Southampton for several years. And they won the FA Cup
Really?
when the other guys 70s. That's quite a long
They
time.
weren't.
ago.
They weren't. We
But
won
that goes to show as well, doesn't it? All right, they were successful at a point, but the thing is, though, is that we both clubs have been successful. It's just that it's never at the same time. When Pompey are doing shit, Saints are
See
doing
that?
really
Yeah,
well.
that's the
And
boring
that's
thing.
why-
That'd be
It's-
well
it's
fun if
because-
they-
it's-
But that's why the rivalry is so bad as well, because there are loads of rivalries up and down the country, but they're teams that play each other 4 times a year. But with Saints and Pompey, you can go like 8 years, 9 years, and not play each other. So when it comes
Southampton
around,
just got, Southampton just
fucking
got lucky.
important.
Yeah, some sheik bought Southampton, didn't they? Didn't he?
what's that?
Some sheik.
Chic.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know, like
sheik.
really rich.
like full
fella
on
from
like Dubai guy who builds big tower.
When was this?
A sheik.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh, no, it was a German woman, wasn't
It was
it?
a German, a
German
bloke called
billionaire.
Marcus Lieber. He was a billionaire, I think.
German
And
He
whoever-
doesn't
billionaire.
own us anymore. He,
Who owns Pompey
German
then?
billionaire bought
the
it. Yeah.
fans own Pompey because no one wants to fucking buy it.
No, no.
Yeah, but that's cool though.
But the
That's why they've got no money.
Yeah, but that's fair enough.
The Portsmouth players are so bad that Southampton won them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that Pompey players play for Pompey because they're like, yeah, Pompey. Southampton players because it's like
Money.
Oh, I need some money for my sick house. I got an extra
I don't think so,
swimming
mate.
pool, I need a,
See, this is how defensive he gets.
My new
No, the
SUV.
thing
I need
is,
a-
you would think that being the Premier League club, but we've got like one of the low. We lose so many players because we're like we haven't got much money at the moment. We had money a few years back, but we don't have any money anymore. Yeah.
You're not part of Southampton FC, mate. You're
Oh,
not.
yeah.
You're
In
not.
spirit.
I'm sorry to let you know this, but Matt Latiz has no clue who you are.
Don't crush my dreams like this.
I genuinely used to have a Matt Latiz.
That's how it is though in
Southampton
football. You
t-shirt
say
when I was a
we.
kid.
That's how
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's how it is. It's just
Yeah, we're just ribbing on you.
when you
Weird,
don't
isn't it?
grow. No, but it's interesting when you don't grow up.
When
in football,
when I do a wrestling
You
one
don't
of
see
these,
it like that.
if I ever do a wrestling one of these,
Yeah,
you
should.
You can rip it into
Because there must
me
have been
from
some
what I
crazy
like.
stuff that's happening in wrestling.
Hundreds of deaths.
Yeah. Oh man. Savage.
Yeah.
If you wanna die, just become a wrestler. It's like 1 in 10
Oh
chance.
mate. Yeah. During and after, there's a good chance. So yeah. Anyway, that last list was the weirdest things thrown onto a pitch. I found another list which is just the craziest owners in football. Because
Oh,
obviously, if you've got money, anyone can buy a
There's
football
got to be
club.
some
Anybody.
like that crazy Australian billionaire who's gonna like create Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah,
Do you
and
remember
like
about that?
Titanic 2 and all that.
Yeah, the
shit.
second Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
There's
got
some
money,
mental people out there with
if
money.
you've got loads of money and you like football, fucking buy a football team. Why not?
Yeah.
a lot of these people.
Always Sunny fella owns a football team. doesn't
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
with
Ryan
Ryan,
Reynolds.
yeah,
They've
with
got
Ryan,
Wrexham,
yeah, Wrexham, yeah.
which is in Wales, but they play in the English leagues.
he? Hmm.
But yeah, so
You would though, wouldn't you?
crazy
Yeah,
owners.
might
There's a
as
bloke
well.
called Ken Richardson
Oh yeah.
who bought Doncaster Rovers in 1995. Yeah, so Richardson I don't really know what the bloke did, but the local council he wanted to make plans for a new stadium, right? And the local council were like, no. So he devised a plan. He hired 2 criminals. One of them was an ex-SAS. He hired 2
And
criminals.
one of them's a weasel that steals bikes.
Yeah.
Bike thief. Yeah.
ex-SAS and bike thief to burn down the stadium, and he would claim
Wait, so what the fuck?
burn down their own
He
stadium.
gets some. He's getting some.
He hired 2 criminals to burn down. Yeah,
Can we be the criminals, Greg?
Yeah, I'd
it's
love
like
to be a
Harry
criminal.
and Marv. Like
Yeah, man, it's been a while since I've done a criminal activity. I think
Yeah?
it's pretty
Yeah?
fun. Yeah,
I did
okay.
one this morning. And fucking, do you want a bike? Is you
Uh,
interested? You know anyone that wants a bike?
I hope whoever put that post up sees this and they're just like,
Nah, my
You
dealer from
motherfucker.
the train station's already got me, man.
Yeah, you got
don't need a
covered.
new one. Don't need a new
bought
one.
bike from that guy.
So yeah, fucking, he hires 2 criminals to burn down the stadium. He's going to claim it back on insurance, you know, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, the classic.
So they get there, these 2 criminals. They burn the stadium down, but fucking the ex-SAS bloke accidentally left his fucking cell phone at the scene of the crime.
Oh, that's why he's fucking ex-ASS.
Yeah, exactly. Matey's fucking useless. They linked it to Matey, and he got sentenced to 4 years in prison.
Jesus
Mental.
Christ. What about fellow who devised the plan?
Yeah, no, him. He
got
he was the
4
one that got
4
4 years in
hours.
prison. 4 hours.
Can you imagine someone you have been sentenced to 3 hours in prison?
Yeah, I think there's an old Laurel and Hardy sketch like that where they're in front of a judge and he's like, "You have 1 hour," and he's like, "Thank you," and he's like, "To leave the state" or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, before he went an hour in the nick." Yeah,
I'll tell you one thing. Yeah, how much I laughed earlier is nothing in comparison to the time we watched that Laurel and Hardy bit where he gets
the cork in the mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, he's from the Flying Deuces, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
good.
Yeah.
that
was a
bit.
banger.
Oh my god! How many times did we watch that as a kid?
We were
watched
just,
that
we were
one
just
bit.
like, we put it in, skip to that bit, and just like watch it, rewind, watch.
I'm gonna put like
It was so
I'm gonna
good.
put it on repeat. For like, it's so funny.
Ah.
It's obviously been done in reverse. They put like
Yeah. They used to do that
go on.
all the time.
Yeah,
reverse
then
shit.
go on
It's
the
like,
spit out.
he's going like
Yeah.
so
the
pulled
cork,
a cork out of his
someone's
mouth.
pulled it out of his mouth with
Oh,
a
it's
string.
so
Yeah.
good.
Bonkers.
Can we
Dude.
recreate that?
Oh mate, we should. I've talked for ages about us recreating some Laurel and Hardy bits.
Let's
It'd be
do it.
brilliant. But yeah, so we
Sorry,
were
man.
talking earlier about 80s football violence.
Yeah,
Ken Bates, he owned Chelsea in the 80s, right?
master.
And pitch invasions and like football violence was getting fucking rife at this point.
Was that like naked runners? What they call them, streakers? Is that pitch invasion?
That's very American.
Now, pitch
for people to get
invasions like
naked.
people coming on with like fucking
I
cricket
thought it was
bats.
more like European.
Just smacking
People
up.
just run on the pitch and just
Do what?
run around and
Why?
the stewards just chasing
That
them.
sounds so
Because people are
stupid.
dickheads, yeah.
Yeah,
People
that's
suck.
it. The British people, mate.
Yeah, it happens everywhere, but
I'm gonna fucking run out on the field in
What are you
circles.
gonna do about it?
Why?
Because why not?
Why?
Why not?
sometimes people run out to like fight the other crowd and that, like the opposition crowd. and stuff.
No way.
Yeah, it's mental.
Just go
bro.
around.
Yeah, but I say in the 80s it was way more mental than it is now.
In like things, do they make the crowd not sit anywhere near each other? Is
Yeah,
it,
they
like,
segregate. They segregate home and away
Why?
because shit kicks off.
Do you remember when we went to
What's-
the Boston
what-
Bruins match? The
Yeah.
hockey.
See, in America they don't do that. Because
Okay.
Americans can be trusted with that sort of thing.
which is unbelievable.
It's
How
mental.
about-
I remember we were sitting there. I was like, I'm next to like away fans and shit.
Yeah.
This is mad. Like,
And like people
yeah.
would be like, yeah, your team's doing really
Yeah.
well.
In England, they'll be segregated, but not only will they be split in
Why?
half, they'll also be like, say
Not
like
throwing distance.
St Mary's Saints' ground has got a capacity of like about 33,000. Yeah, so I'd say like 3,000 or 4,000 of that might get allocated to away fans. They don't just have them like next to each other, chair and chair. They will have like 20, 30 rows of seats in the middle that are empty. That are, you know what I mean? So there's just a gap. So they're like 40 yards away from it, just so like it's mad.
God.
Why- so
can
why-
we,
why-
can
why
we
is there
please
such a-
vlog? Can we please vlog going to one of these?
If you want to go to a
Yeah, but
football-
wait,
I
what-
want to go to Southampton versus Portsmouth.
Ah,
you don't know when it will next
yeah,
happen.
That's never gonna happen.
We should go like Celtic Rangers or something.
Yeah?
Like, that's
They hate each other, do they?
Oh mate,
And it's
it's-
Scottish.
yeah.
We'd go interview people. Great.
There's loads
We
of
better
football
understand what
rivalries
they're
up and down
saying
the
because
country,
it's
though.
Scottish.
all of like the football hooligan movies is always West Ham and Millwall. That's brutal.
So
we can go.
How come?
We should. I'd
it's
love to
such
go to
an-
one.
But why is it such an issue with football? Because like you don't go to a tennis match and like they're fucking like
I think I know
people
why.
at tennis match like trying to beat each
I
other
don't know
up.
where
and
it
stuff.
comes from.
It's
I
really
think
weird.
it might be. It might attract.
It attracts a certain type of
It does, doesn't it?
person.
I'm not
I've
saying
been,
that you're
I've
like
been
that.
working on site all
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, but you'd
I've
think
had a few lines of
Yeah,
Cheng,
but you'd think
I've had
that
a
like
few
it would
beers,
maybe
I'm gonna-
be centered around a sport that's violent in itself. But
Like
obviously,
MMA.
yeah, like MMA or like even just something like rugby, but something more full contact.
I don't know.
But it's literally just guys kicking
But
the ball who can't go near each other.
is
It's just
that
I
it's
don't
because
get
it's
it.
so personal because it's your hometown. It's your home. People get really passionate and proud about that. Like
It's just weird.
My hometown is fucking harder than your hometown. I'm going to prove it by smashing your head in. Like, I love football. I don't necessarily get it though. Like, I've never been like that. Like,
you have, because you used to call me a skate cunt, and you used to say I was
I'll say that to anyone.
stick my
If I
penis in
really
fish.
cared, I wouldn't fucking speak to you.
You really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, there are people like that.
Yeah, well, shut up.
Won't talk, yeah.
Well, for the
I just
first
get up and leave.
for like the first 6 months I know you barely talked to me. Is it because
Yeah.
I was from Pompey?
No, it's because I was just little and scared, and you guys were a lot older than me, and I felt like I was being groomed.
Who's the big boys?
Yeah. I was like 16, and you boys were like 24. That's fucking yeah. I was basically groomed, is what happened.
He was groomed.
Oh, well, it wasn't my decision. I would have fucking got rid of you immediately.
I would have as well. Dude, terrible. I was surprised it was there for as long as I was. Anyway, yeah, so Ken Bates owned Chelsea in the 1980s. Football hooliganism and pitch invasions are getting rife, and he just doesn't know what to do. So he devises a plan. He's gonna get around it.
Oh, yeah?
He wanted the ultimate deterrent for wannabe pitch invaders. So he was going to build, I think he did actually, they commissioned it for a little while, an 11-foot barbed wire, topped barbed wire fence that was electric. Yeah.
I would pay to
Around-
watch football hooligans try and climb it.
Well,
Because they seem like the sort of people that don't like learn from doing.
Yeah, well,
it's
this
like they like touch an electric fence and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking beat you up for that," and then they start
they
punching
punch
it, and then
yeah, well, this is the thing,
like-
because he said that, and people were a bit like, hey, that's a bit fucking medieval, isn't it? And he excused it by saying, he said, people may howl about it being dangerous, but it's been used in farming for a long time. He said, any fan touching the fence will immediately have to let go and fall 15 foot.
Oh.
And the Luton chairman at the time, because loads of people were complaining about it, the Luton chairman said, the next step is he'll issue SS helmets to all of his stewards. Like, people went nuts about it. But yeah, I think
How
he
long
actually...
ago was this?
That was in the 80s. I think that was 1985.
Oh, man.
That was when it
I
was
think
like,
they should bring it back.
bad.
Yeah, it's like what do you do when these people are just violent, bloodthirsty?
There are
idiots?
certain grounds that have
What do you do?
nets. They'll have a net that goes over, like, the back end of, like, do you know what I mean? So people can't throw stuff in it, and also so the ball doesn't go in the back of the pitch. A lot of European clubs still do that, like German clubs and Spanish clubs have a big net behind one end, the goal end. Like, yeah, happens.
Animals.
Yeah. Oh, mate, football fans are the worst.
Animals. I
They're
just
the
don't
worst
get
kind
it.
of people.
I don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense.
We need to go to a football match.
No, I hate
We
it
need to
so
do
much.
Threeskins vlogs at a football match.
Even like the World
Do it
Cup
for a
games
video,
that I'm
Greg.
meant to be interested in, I just
Do it for a video.
Boring.
Going is different to watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going is a different experience.
I've just never been able to get into it, mate.
Why don't you go get yourself like a Plymouth ticket? Plymouth Argyle are doing pretty good at the moment.
I don't think we've seen Plymouth.
Well, we've seen Bournemouth.
Oh,
mate.
Bournemouth, that was it. We saw. I know it was Bournemouth versus Plymouth. Wasn't it? Or something like
so.
that.
Could have been.
That was ages. We
this is
were
like
2000. We were like
2001.
6. It was even longer ago than that.
Yeah.
But
How are Bournemouth doing these days?
They got relegated, but they are looking like they're going to come back up. They're like top of the championship at the moment.
Championship? Fucking Bournemouth.
Yeah, they're in the Prem. For like
Fucking
4 or 5
Bournemouth.
years. Yeah, I know. You said that to me when they came up. You were
Yeah,
like,
I was like,
Bournemouth are in the
The
Prem.
cherries, bro.
Yeah.
I think, like, to
Yeah,
us, like,
bucket
our
rattlers.
brains stuck, like, when we first heard about it as kids.
Well,
It's
yeah.
like, Man U,
Yeah.
Liverpool,
Yeah.
Arsenal, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are, like, the things in our brain that, like, that's it. That's all there is
It's
at the
still
top.
pretty much like that. A few teams have sort of come up and kind of replaced a couple of those teams. Like Leicester now are like a top 6 club. Leicester are crazy good.
Pompey.
And like say Man City. Man City only became like a thing in like 2008 or 9, whatever, when they got bought out. But before that they were shit.
Where are there two Manchester teams?
It happens a lot.
Manchester's
There are-
fucking massive.
How many London teams
Yeah,
are
it's
there?
like
have to-
100
you don't
London
have to-
teams.
There's loads of London teams from top to...
Really? How many?
Mate, I couldn't tell you exactly how many, but
20?
loads.
Really?
More,
Yeah.
it's
What are the
probably-
rules
it's more than
then?
that.
Chelsea's
What are the
one.
rules? Like, can Portsmouth just make...
Arsenal and Chelsea are
Yeah,
both
but you-
London.
but what's the rules?
You
Could-
don't
could
have
a-
to be a city to be a football
So,
club. As
because
long as it's
like
based in
Portsmouth
a
go
city.
like, oh, we're not Portsmouth, we're like Portsmouth 2. Could they just
Yeah.
make Portsmouth 2? Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes no sense.
Let's make it.
Because it's like, you know, Liverpool and Everton.
Yeah.
It was originally, when they made that club, it was Everton, and then they split off, and they were like, well, something happened. They were like, well, we're going to make another team. So it was like, so then Liverpool became a thing, and then Everton, because they're like, there's only a park separating Liverpool and Everton. It's just So
Weird. That's just crazy. Like,
there's a lot of places that will have.
I don't
two
get
teams.
it. I don't get football. It's just more. There's lots of mystery. Like, I did mysteries. This is more of a mystery. First off, why do people watch it?
I like it.
Why are they animals?
I used to, you know how much I used to play football for my school team.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think football's one of those. It's quite like, especially when you're a kid. It's
I
fun
used to
to
be
play.
very good at it.
It's fun to yeah, but it's fun to play
I
because it's
scored
easy.
I scored a scorpion kick before they were cool.
I think it's fun to play.
Before they were
It's
cool.
fun to
Yeah.
play as a kid because it's easy to learn. It's like literally,
Yeah.
it's not like a lot of things like rugby and all that. You got to learn like formations.
Oh,
I've always loved.
like obviously if you're doing advanced play, like you're playing leagues
Yeah.
and stuff, you want to learn that. But playing as a kid, you
But
don't
the
need to learn that. You
fundamentals
just
are
fucking kick
pretty.
it.
Win
Kick-
the ball
kick
and get
ball
it over
net.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
What I love about football is like, not necessarily a skill, but like some of the cool shit you can do, especially like maneuvers. But I think the coolest thing you can do is like, are they knuckleballs?
Oh, where it changes direction. Yeah.
That is,
Send the keeper
Oh, yeah.
the wrong way. They're going one
Unbelievable.
way, and then at the last minute it just goes nah.
yeah.
It's fucking.
How
it's
the
a
fuck
fuck-
did
it's
you
a
do that?
technique.
it's like when you
mate.
see some people who bowl who can get spin on
Yeah.
it, and it goes to the right, and you're like, I was going to gut a ball, and it
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
curves in.
J-
It's
See, that's the
mental.
thing about football. It's like it's not
I
until
love
you
that
like
kind of
play
stuff.
it properly or like because people just she bloke's kicking a ball, like the skill and like the practice that it takes to do
yeah,
something.
100%.
And it's not until you like stand on a real football pitch, like a to scale football pitch, you realize how big the fucking like goal and like you'll be in a crowd and someone will be on the edge of the box and you'll be like shoot, and then you get out there and you're like it's miles away. Like,
But I
how
get-
the fuck do you score from like 40 yards?
That's fair enough.
Fucking,
I get that that's
takes
something
some
that happens.
skill,
but
like-
I always watch football only during the World Cup, and I never see any of that.
Or Euro.
I never see any of
That's
these.
what makes it so good.
I
though,
never
when
see
it
any of
happens.
these cool fucking like kicks. All I see is just
If
like
it happened all the time, though, it wouldn't
misses,
be as.
just misses, and the only time they ever get it in is if someone passes it to them when they're right next to it. That's maybe that's just the thing.
That's what makes it more special, though. Did you not see at the start? You watched the Euros, didn't you?
Yeah.
Patrick Schick, he scored from the halfway line.
Don't know
Like
who
one of the
that
second
is.
goals.
Don't know, never.
They were playing Scotland.
Who?
He scored from the. I'm sure. Yeah, and it was like the second game of the Euros or something. He scored from the halfway.
Was
line.
that the one that you came over and we watched?
I was probably drunk.
Possibly. Yeah, the goalkeeper came out. They were playing Scotland, and he twatted it from all the way from the halfway line, and the goalkeeper ended up in the net. He was all tangled up.
I think I do kind
And
of.
someone
Yeah, I
made
remember
someone made a
that,
meme
yeah.
like Spider-Man like
I
that.
think
and it was like,
I kind of do understand football now because when
Oh,
I
God, here we go.
during Euros when I watched it, I used it as an excuse to get
pulled
drunk.
it back.
Nah.
Yeah.
And maybe that's it. Maybe the reason that like some people watch it is like, well, my wife don't mind if I drink and there's a football game on. It's just an excuse to get drunk, like everything else in English.
Yeah,
In England, everything is an excuse to just get fucking hammered.
Yeah,
Absolutely everything.
I agree.
And the amount of people I know who like go to a football game and they drink the whole time they're
Yeah.
there and all that.
In England, you're just any excuse to. Oh, it's your son's christening. Well, let's have a fucking mental party then. It's just
There we
all
go.
it is.
I think I've
everything
figured
revolves
it out.
around just having a drink.
There it
Just
is.
an
Yeah.
excuse to get drunk. Fair
Right,
play.
I've got one more owner story and then a little bit about something else, and then we're done.
Okay,
Yeah.
Right, let's
Right.
go.
I've got a
So,
story about football as well.
Jesus Gil, he owned Atletico Madrid from 1987 until he died in 2004. But he was mental, this bloke. He once said on radio that he after the team lost in a game, he said he hoped that the plane crashed and killed all of the team on the way back after they lost to a team called Las Palmas.
I think he wished that on the wrong plane, and it.
Yeah, well, that did. Yeah,
He did Lynyrd Skynyrd. It's Lynyrd Skynyrd's fault, man. Well, it's his
there
fault.
was a Brazilian
that
team a few years ago actually that all got wiped out.
Lynyrd-
in a
Mango,
plane
every
crash,
single
yeah.
one.
I think like maybe one or two.
What do you do? And do you just get?
Get some new players.
Yeah,
Yeah,
how
you
do
have
you get
to
new?
just rebuild, start again. It's
man.
horrible. But yeah,
what
like
you
a
do.
whole squad.
What else can you
playing,
do?
like,
You can't bring
and
them
your
back from the dead, can
and
you?
your
So-
manager as well, like,
That's
and
true.
all your.
That's flashing like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to try and get through this really quickly. Yeah, so he said he wished that they'd all died in a plane crash. He said one of the biggest mistakes I ever made with my players was treating them like people. He said my horses are more intelligent. And he was
God, he
banned.
sounds like me if I was a manager. Mate.
Where is this guy? Who did he manage again?
Atletico Madrid, a Spanish team.
So fucking huge,
Big
yeah,
team.
massive
huge team.
Until 2004 as well, so not even really that long ago. But he was banned from attending home matches on several occasions, for loads of mental
For tinkering
reasons.
with planes.
Dude, the list is nuts. He was, 1990, he got banned for 18 months for calling a French referee a homosexual. In 1996, he got banned for beating up the director of another team.
Jesus.
Yeah. And in 1997, he got banned for 8 months for claiming that Spanish referees were mafia, spearheaded by the president of the Spanish FA. But this bloke was crazy because before he even owned this football team, in 1969, 58 people were killed when a roof collapsed in a restaurant in a complex that he'd had built. And he'd built it like on the cheap, on the sly, without an architect. And this thing came down and killed 58 people, yeah. And that was like years
Cut
before
the corners, boys.
Yeah.
What?
Cutting corners, boys.
Cutting corners.
Saving a few cash. Spare a few lives.
He got sentenced to 5 years for that, but only served 18 months because he was personally pardoned by General Franco. I don't know who that is. But
I don't know, but I love him.
Yeah, Franco, man. Franco. He was like the dictator of Spain for like 30 years, man.
Right. I've got one more thing to talk about, and then we're done. Halftime entertainment. Halftime entertainment is a big thing in most sports, really. You know, Super Bowl, they really go nuts. They'll normally have like some crazy artist.
Michael Jackson. Have you seen the Michael Jackson Super Bowl?
Did Michael Jackson?
Oh, dude,
it's the best fucking.
He just comes up like out of the floor, and he's just like he stood there like this for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, and it was like
really.
Yeah, and then he starts. It's just
is that what they imitate on SpongeBob? Isn't it? Because he does the Super Bowl and he comes up.
Yeah, must be.
Yeah, I never
it's
clocked
fantastic.
That. So yeah, halftime entertainment. America, obviously big and lavish and crazy. In the UK, it's a little bit different. Nowadays, it's sort of more just like who can hit the crossbar and we'll do a raffle. But back in like the 70s and 80s, it was mad.
Was it?
So Bristol City in 1976, in a game before West Ham, staged a chimps tea party.
Nah, that's too good.
Nah, that's fun.
There are a lot of chimps come out in little dresses and have a little tea party like a circus
You could barely see that.
Dude,
you ain't seeing shit.
Yeah,
it looked like just a bunch of little hairy kids.
I found this on like a forum of like loads of old boys like reminiscing about shit that they've seen. And,
that's great.
And like there was no articles on it, but there were a lot of people that confirmed this to be true. And I found this comment from a bloke who was talking about it, and he said, "It's definitely true." And he was talking about how halftime entertainment was wild back then. And he said in a quote, "We had loads of entertainment back then." He said, "I remember at one game." They brought llamas onto the pitch, right? And he said, unfortunately, the Bowers girls, I'm assuming Bowers was like some kind of pie manufacturer, said the Bowers girls came out before and threw pies into the crowd. But by the time that the llamas had come out, the people in the crowd had realised that these pies were stale. So the llamas come out, followed by a few hundred people pelting llamas with stale pies. The llamas went like AWOL and like ran into the fucking East End like the other side.
Yeah, I think they ended up probably having issues in like.
What is it with football fans and beating animals?
That's what they probably had issues with. Is that they put in all this effort into halftime entertainment for football hooligans, just like pelting them with pies, and, like nicking them and shit. Like, nicking bikes, that's nothing compared to nicking a llama or something, you know what I mean? But nicking a chimp.
Why didn't they do it to a chimp? Why didn't they do it to an animal that could actually fight back?
Imagine a chimp, like, just running into the crowd.
Oh,
like,
God, chimp versus football hooligans.
Like DiCanio, you know what I mean? Runs into the crowd and just fucking 2-foot someone, like... Oh,
fucking Eric Cantona. I'm sure that was fantastic,
That was all of my crazy football stuff.
I really enjoyed that. I tell you what, please do a number 2 in a couple of...
You made football go from shit to mildly not shit.
Yeah.
Well, he told us ones that like we definitely wouldn't have known, but you definitely wouldn't have known even the ones that I would know.
Yeah.
So you can also do another one.
Yeah, that's true. You could literally tell me like
I could find like cards. I could even just do not football. I could do like the craziest sports things because that opens it up to so much more. I do have one more thing to show Greg.
I do miss Eurovision.
I've just got one picture that I want to show Greg,
and
then we're done.
It's better than the Michael Jackson one.
Have a look at this, Greg, and just tell me your initial reaction to it.
Yeah, that's like why I don't play football.
That's why you don't play football. I mean, that's like the 10th reason why you don't play football.
I'm also not good at it, but like...
You're gonna have to send me a couple of pictures.
There's a lot. They like.
I'll see if I can find that Vespa video as well.
Probably most of what I know about football is from Matt showing me videos of people's legs just turning into jelly or snapping and wobbling.
There's some savage injuries in football.
Right, boys. I think we're gonna have to cut it off.
Yeah,
because
that was a long time. I think.
And I'm sorry we didn't release last week. We were all.
Yeah, very sorry.
No apologies from me.
I can't remember the reason. There's no reason. which is shit.
We were
But
just all busy.
We
weren't
are back.
Yeah, we were busy.
It's not that we're going.
What
We're
were
not
we doing?
now that
Yeah.
now that
No,
COVID is over.
We were out. No, we were.
COVID's not a thing. Yeah.
We were away.
Cova.
We were away filming.
Oh yeah, you always went away,
That's what
didn't
it
you?
was.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
filming. That will come out. Well, it'll probably come out before this.
6 months.
Right. See you guys later. 100 likes. In fact, 200 likes because Lewis did a really good job.
Oh,
I'm very proud of you, Lewis.
201.
201.
I'll
And
snap your legs.
Write in the comments if you'd like to see some Threeskins live. Because a lot of people... I've seen before people say that we cut out bad things that we say. We don't really do that anymore. We used to do it a little bit.
We've learned to sort of tame ourselves enough
I think we've
to
learned
keep
what
it
we
going.
sort of can
without
and
the-
can't.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely had to test the waters for a couple of
Yeah,
episodes,
definitely.
didn't we? But we got there. It's something to do with the camera. It's really weird. Like, it only films for 30 minutes. Anyway, yeah. Love, peace, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't watch football.
The music
don't
playing.
watch football.
Watch football. It's pretty good.
Mm.
Oh, mate, when they can curve a ball, and the keeper's like dives one way and it just fucking flips to the other way. That is one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
I agree.
Knuckleballs are
That
crazy.
is cool as fuck, and it rarely ever happens because most footballers just kick wide as they can.
Or someone who does like overhead kicks from outside the box and it goes in. Trevor Sinclair, 1997,
Oh, mate. What a
Queen's
goal that
Park
was.
Rangers.
if that was like what every shot in football
Yeah.
was like, I'd love it. I'd watch it loads, but
Dude.
obviously it's not an official.
But that's
way.
what makes it so special though when it does happen. Because if it happened every week, you'd be like,
It's like wrestling.
But then I'm sat there wasting 90 minutes
It's like wrestling.
for
You
something
watch-
that might not happen.
You for wrestling, you watch 12 hours for like one good move.
No, but that's the thing. That's why I watch highlights.
Same.
Yeah.
I completely forgot as well for this podcast. I was actually going to try and I was going to estimate how many football games I've been to in my life
Yeah.
because it's got to be mental.
It must be hundreds,
Oh,
easily,
You got-
thousands.
Nah, 1,000. Everyone says
Well,
thousands.
there's 30 games, 36 games in a Prem season. There's more in the lower leagues. I've been a season ticket holder for 15, 16 years. I've
If
also
we cut
gone
off, by the way, goodbye.
I've also gone to cup games. Like it's
Yeah,
got to be.
that's fair enough.
I was going to try and work it out. It's got to be. It's mental.
Can't be 1,000.
No.
When people say, "Oh, I've seen
No.
Hook 1,000 times,"
Four,
I'm like,
five-
"Really?
four,
1,000
500.
times?"
500 must be.
Right. What's
I'll work it out after this, and we'll write it on
what's
the screen.
3 hours times 1,000?
Oh,
3,000 hours.
Yeah.
No one's watched 3,000 hours of Hook.
of anything? No one wants
Maybe.
3,000
You'd be
hours of
surprised,
anything.
man. Especially over 15 years.
Actually,
I bet there's a lot of people who've watched 3,000 hours worth of Pokemon.
Pokemon
Greg.
I
what?
don't even know who that is.
Belle Delphine, Greg.
Ah.
She's okay. She's attractive. The thing is that she's way more attractive when she ain't got all the makeup she on.
Give me the beans and the coleslaw. and stuff like that.
Like the whole e-girl thing, it's like it was cool for like 6 months. It's just not even cool anymore. It's just irritating.
As the music started.
You know, like that. You know, like the sticky tongue thing out.
Agio mouth, whatever it is.
I hate it.
I'm bursting for a fucking edible shit.
And it's ruined a lot of
Bursting for
porn
a
for me.
shit.
Like a lot of girls starting to do it in porn. It's just like, why are you doing that?